I realized the truth too late, but I still acted I should have known something was wrong. The night she stopped laughing at my dumb jokes, that might sound ridiculous. But after 8 years together, you learn someone's rhythms the way sailors learn tides. Her laugh used to come easy, loud, messy, the kind that made strangers smile. Then one day it just stopped showing up. At first I blamed stress. Work had been brutal for both of us. Long hours, late dinners, the usual adult grind. I told myself. Relationships go through quiet seasons. That's what everyone says, right? But quiet slowly turned into distance, and distance turned into silence. It started small. She began taking calls in the hallway instead of the living room. She angled her phone away when texting, not dramatically, just subtle enough to make me feel crazy for noticing. When I asked if everything was okay, she smiled and said just work stuff. You know how it is. And I believed her because when you love someone, your brain becomes a professional excuse generator. One night I woke up at 2:00 a.m. No reason, no noise. Just one of those random wake UPS. Her side of the bed was empty. I figured she went to the kitchen for water. Totally normal, except when I walked down the hall, the kitchen lights were off, but the glow from the living room TV was on. She was sitting on the couch staring at her phone, smiling in a way I hadn't seen in months. Not a casual smile, not a tired smile. A new smile, the kind of smile you get when you're talking to someone who gives you butterflies. My stomach dropped so fast it felt like missing a stare in the dark. When she saw me, she jumped like I'd caught her doing something illegal. She locked her phone and asked why I was awake. I said I couldn't sleep. She said she couldn't either. We both lied and we both knew it. From that moment on, my brain turned into a detective I never hired. I noticed everything, the sudden gym membership, the new perfume, the way she hummed in the shower again, and the worst part, she started being nicer to me. Extra nice. Random hugs, surprise takeout compliments out of nowhere. If you've ever been in this situation, you know exactly why that hurts. Because guilt is generous. The confirmation didn't come from snooping. It came from something way worse. An accident. One evening, we were watching TV when her phone buzzed on the coffee table. She was in the kitchen. I didn't plan to look. I swear, but the screen lit up and there it was. A message preview, just 6 words: I miss you already. Today was perfect. My heart didn't shatter. It didn't race. It didn't explode. It just sank like it had been expecting this call for weeks. And suddenly, every weird moment from the past months lined up like dominoes. The late nights, the hallway calls, the new smile. All of it made perfect, horrible sense. Here's the thing people don't tell you about betrayal. The moment you know, time splits in two. There's the version of you from 5 minutes ago, the one who still had a future mapped out. And there's the version of you now, standing in the wreckage of a life that hasn't even officially ended. Yet I realized the truth too late. The relationship was already gone. She just hadn't said it out loud yet. I didn't confront her immediately. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't throw anything. Instead, I sat there quietly and started planning my exit. Over the next 2 weeks, I did everything calmly and methodically. Found a new apartment, moved my savings into my own account, packed my things little by little. I smiled. I cooked dinner. I asked about her day. And every night I slept better, knowing I was taking my life back one small step at a time. On a Saturday morning, she woke up to an empty closet and a note on the kitchen counter. It wasn't angry. It wasn't cruel. It simply said, I know. I hope he was worth it. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm going to find what I deserve. And then I walked out the door. No fight, no drama, no begging, just silence. The same silence that had replaced her laugh months earlier. A week later, she called, crying, apologizing, saying she made a mistake. And for the first time in months, I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, no urge to fix things, just peace. And that's when I realized something. I didn't act too late. I acted exactly when I was ready. Why I'm sharing this, if you're reading this and your gut is screaming that something's wrong, listen to it, because the truth doesn't destroy relationships. It reveals which ones were already broken. Have you ever realized the truth too late in a relationship? Would you confront them immediately or walk away quietly like I did? I'm curious what you'd do. Drop your thoughts below.